It's 4 a.m. The alarm hits, and the temperature outside is already pushing 40 degrees Celsius. The nearest city is 1,000 kilometers away. Fly-in, fly-out life moves in blocks. On the standard 2-in-1 roster, a worker spends 14 straight days on 12-hour shifts before they ever see their own front door. In Western Australia's Pilbara region, extraction operations are isolated industrial mini-cities. These sites are self-sustaining outposts dropped directly into a brutal, arid expanse. Regulating safety in this environment is about more than corporate compliance. You are managing the daily physical survival of a population that cannot leave. The 5 a.m. pre-start meeting is the first line of defense. It's where the crew commits to a rigid protocol, ensuring safety is the result of a deliberate process rather than a stroke of good luck. This flowchart is the JSEA, the Job Safety and Environmental Analysis. If a risk like high voltage is identified, the system locks out all work until a specific sequence of procedural checks is verified. We match these protocols against a human fatigue curve. Compliance usually hits a wall at 2 in the afternoon, exactly when physiological risk and temperature are highest. If these protocols aren't mentally locked in while the crew is fresh, the entire site operates on borrowed time for the remainder of the 12-hour shift. By midday, the active extraction zone is fully mobilized. The deep terraced cuts and sheer drop-offs present an overwhelming scale of earthworks. Inspecting equipment like a 400-ton haul truck requires a constant mental map of massive blind spots. One wrong move around machinery this size is catastrophic. In 40-degree heat, the human body reaches its limit quickly. Severe dehydration and heat exhaustion can set in within hours if fluid intake and shade breaks aren't strictly monitored. That heat impairs decision-making. As core temperatures rise, a worker's reaction time slows down, turning a minor slip into a high-speed machinery accident. The physical environment is a relentless adversary. A safety officer's day is spent calculating the rigid limits of human physiology against the demands of industrial production. Inside the crib room during the afternoon break, the focus shifts. The massive physical threats are replaced by invisible psychosocial risks. This bar chart shows the toll of isolation. 33% of FIFO workers report high levels of psychological distress, driven by weeks away from family. By day 10, sleep quality and mental resilience decline exponentially as the separation stretches on. A safety officer must have the emotional intelligence to detect these subtle behavioral shifts. They are scanning for warning signs that precede a lapse in judgment on the work floor. The silent, cumulative cytological breakdown of an isolated worker is the most dangerous hazard on a remote mine site. When the shift ends, the crew retreats to the wet mess and the repetitive rows of Donga accommodation blocks. The camp is an inescapable, self-contained loop. Inside this community, the power of a safety officer depends on their relationship with the crew, not their official title. The safety team has to eat and sleep alongside the same crew they regulate. Compliance isn't achieved through punitive violations, it's built through peer-to-peer trust. A FIFO safety officer is never truly off the clock. They are the first point of contact for midnight mental health crises or community disputes within the village. Navigating safety in the Pilbara requires immense social capital. Without mutual respect, the regulatory rulebook carries very little weight. The job requires a technician's eye for colossus-scale machinery and a psychologist's ear for the people who operate it. It takes unique resilience to endure the 14-day blocks of work in the red dirt. If you're considering this path, you have to ask if you're ready for the isolation. If you've worked the FIFO lifestyle, share your survival strategies in the comments. We want to know how you manage the grind. To explore more deep dives into workplace safety and psychological hazards, subscribe to HSE Study. Stay safe out there.